Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Mrteamguy with another episode of Gaming Spotlight. Today I want to talk about an open world adventure RPG called Middle-earth: Shadow of War. It was developed by Monolith Productions and published by Warner Bros. Games on October 10th, 2017. Firstly, the game. It is basically a much better sequel to Shadow of Mordor. Everything is more expansive, intuitive, polished, and entertaining, and we even have many new features as can be seen in the trailer. While many other sequels are disappointing letdowns, this is exactly the opposite. It has improved on every aspect of Shadow of Mordor to some degree or another, and added much more on the top of that. So if you like Shadow of Mordor, I predict you will love Shadow of War. If Shadow of Mordor left you feeling unimpressed, Shadow of War is still much better, but it might not be for you. Take that into consideration before buying at full price. Now, regarding the microtransactions that everyone is upset about, I'm not biased. I played dozens of games with microtransactions and many hundreds more without them. I liked Shadow of Mordor and was slightly put off by Shadow of War microtransactions when I first heard about them. But I took a dive, and after I started playing the game, understanding the mechanics and got a look at the bigger picture. These are my thoughts on the microtransaction situation. Microtransactions are not required for any part of the game. I cannot stress it enough, but don't let anyone convince that they are needed at all. Nothing in the microtransactions is exclusive. That is to say, anything you can get in the microtransactions you can easily acquire with a little gameplay. And I do mean a little. Legendary orcs and gear are not difficult to acquire at all. You get free gold from daily challenges that are basically just adjectives, since the daily challenges mostly happen by you just playing the game normally. So, in reality, the crates are more like extra quest rewards to get a few legendary orcs for free. You also get tons of loot boxes from other sources, such as online revenge missions against orcs that have killed other players, or completing some challenges for boxes directly. It is strongly believed that Monolith did not want to put microtransactions into their game, and that this move is by Warner Bros. I suggested people check out some basic guidelines of a publisher-developer relationship, but here's the story. The publisher Warner Bros. Said they want microtransactions and the developer Monolith must comply. Don't blame Monolith. I can't imagine they'd be dumb enough to do this. Many people are talking about how the true end of a game is locked behind a paywall. What we are ignoring is that the Shadow Wars is probably the best part of a game. Many people are even calling for an endless war mode, where you can endlessly defend, attack, and reclaim forts. Sure, Shadow Wars takes a fair bit longer compared to the other acts, but it's probably the best part, so who cares? For those of you that can't wait to see the true ending, like that's all you care about or something and not how fun the game happens to be, well, if only there was a place that people could go to watch videos shared by millions of other people that likely had the true ending within the first couple of days. The game is still amazing and should not be discounted just because of the microtransactions. I can understand wanting to wait for a sale, or Game of the Year edition, or bundles or whatever, but saying you will never play the game because it supports microtransactions is total shit. The base game, I'm guessing, can be finished at around 30 or so hours, give or take for collectibles. It plays a lot like the original but upgraded. The orcs and the ologs are the stars in their own right of the game, as they are your main interactions. They added many variations and types of ways you can see them again, even if you kill or make them a part of your army. From ambushes that appear out of nowhere, to holding one of your most interacted orcs hostage suddenly behind you, to betrayals because you passed on their promotion, or accidentally had them bleed out in a mission. One chased me from another region after betraying me. There's also a shame system to lower their level if you're too strong to control. So many different type of war chiefs just brings joy to my heart. From singing bards to serious hunters, from crazy as fuck orcs to intellectual saviors. Almost every orc felt interesting, sometimes even sad to kill. To be honest, when you strip away the orcs and their personalities and look at the system itself, all it really is you trying to take out the war chiefs so there's no barriers to taking over the forts. That's it. You can choose to level up your captains and give them loot and make them fight like Pokemon in an arena. But as long as you can take over the fort, you don't have to capture every captain in the Nemesis System. But as basic as it really is, I just can't seem to stop enjoying it. And you will enjoy it too if you're into role-playing element. You can combine gems you find off rare orc soldiers, and as a reward to put drastic changes onto your character, such as 25% extra health. And other than Flaming Sword that I wish I could have kept the entire game, weapons and armor wasn't really that big of a thing. I will give it to Monolith Productions for making Talion's appearance actually reflect the armor. That was a nice touch. I tried playing online and doing fort captures for an hour, and after 7 or so it didn't feel like fun fun at all. It felt like a chore. It's not the game's fault, but the fort capture and fort defense system really just means throw a lot of money at defense and offense and stand in 3 to 5 capture point circles when fight a fort boss. The graphics are pretty good. My PC can't manage the ultra texture pack, which would probably make it miles better. The orcs as per the first game are the fantastic personalities with more variants, abilities and disabilities. The story is not too strong until you hit Act 3. I found it to be quite awesome. I really enjoyed playing Shadow of War, and I've spent 0 dimes on microtransactions. Think about that. It's a really good game, so I'll definitely recommend it. Check it out. Okay, this is your boy Mrteamguy with another episode of Gaming Spotlight. Just want to say thanks for watching and have a nice day.